I remember we're in the car and driving up, and he said, "You know how to curtsy, right?"
I've never seen anyone get booted from a royal garden party quite like this. Whether it's stealing the spotlight or forgetting royal rules, Meghan Markle has a history of jaw-dropping, awkward moments. Let's relive the most unforgettable and cringe-inducing encounters from her royal life.
Look how this poor guy tries to help her out of the car, and she swats him away like, don't touch me.
And here's where it all kicked off. Picture this: a pristine royal garden, a fancy setup, and Meghan stepping out of her car. A kind-hearted helper leans in to give her a hand, and she swats him away like, don't touch me, peasant. You could almost hear the collective gasp from the staff.
Oh, and here, take these gifts, the ones you're definitely not supposed to be accepting.
Apparently, she'd been whining about being bored, saying she wanted to leave early. Word got back to Charles and Camilla, and, well, wish granted. They got the royal boot. But she didn't leave empty-handed. Oh no. She walked off with gifts she was definitely not supposed to accept, arriving late to the performance with that grin, the one that screams, "I'm the star here." And honestly, can you blame the crowd for raising eyebrows? And just when you thought things couldn't get any more awkward, check out the woman in the top left corner. She clearly says something about Meghan, but what? Her lips are moving, and the expression is priceless. You can almost feel the judgment radiating through the screen. Seriously, if you've got lip-reading skills, drop it in the comments. I'm dying to know what she said. It's one of those tiny moments that perfectly captures the room's silent side-eye energy. Now, here's a classic cringe for the books. Meghan spots a camera across the room and suddenly thinks she's on her own personal red carpet. She starts waving flags, spinning around, and basically ignoring every royal protocol ever. Sophie catches her mid-act and throws a look so sharp it could cut glass. Lethal, folks. And Harry, for once, he actually steps in, trying to reel her back, assertive and tense. You can see the discomfort radiating from the whole room, the mix of Meghan's obliviousness, Sophie's silent warning, and Harry trying to manage it all makes this one of those legendary, awkward royal moments. But wait, it gets even more uncomfortable. Meghan bulldozes through chairs like it's a Black Friday sale just to get ahead of Sophie, desperate for that front row attention. The veterans, totally ignored. And Harry, he's frozen, face cold as ice, clearly frustrated but trying to stay composed. The tension is so thick you can almost hear it buzzing through the screen. It's a perfect storm of broken protocol, spotlight stealing, and a husband silently screaming, "Not this again." Makes you wonder, what would you have done if you were standing there? And now, Meghan's wardrobe choices. At one wedding, she shows up in what critics jokingly called a walking duvet, looking more like a bedspread than a formal guest. Fast forward to New Zealand, and the wind's having a field day with her short skirt and long, open jacket. You can almost feel the collective gasp from the crowd as she struggles to keep everything in place. It's one of those moments where you're equal parts impressed and horrified. Yes, she pulls off the squat like an Olympic athlete. But really, was this the right outfit for the conditions?
Digging through Haz's stuff like it's a yard sale. A couple of houses, some drama, and
then there's the infamous yard sale moment. Meghan is seen digging through Harry's belongings like a guilty little spider caught in a cookie jar. She's bossing him around, expecting instant compliance, and when someone else tries to step in, her face clearly shows she's not amused. The tension is almost tangible, and it's not just the adults feeling it. A child nearby watches her, that tiny, unfiltered, judgmental glare, saying everything. Meghan may charm the world, but kids, they see right through her act. You can almost hear them thinking, uh-oh, this one's trouble. It's awkward, it's raw, and it's totally memorable. And just when you thought the tension was gone, watch Meghan and Harry with the kids. A subtle argument plays out. Small gestures, sharp looks, minor corrections. But you can feel it through the screen. Harry attempts to scold a child gently, trying to maintain authority, and Meghan's side-eye says it all. Visible irritation, a silent challenge. It's that rare moment when the public sees not just awkwardness, but the behind-the-scenes friction. You get the sense that even in these everyday family moments, the royal spotlight amplifies every little misstep and every unspoken disagreement. And now, Meghan at a USO event? Honestly, it's a spectacle. She's trying to engage the troops, drumming and dancing like she's headlining Coachella, but the response? Total avoidance. People are dodging eye contact like it's contagious, and you can see it in the space forming around her. The awkward energy is practically a physical wall separating her from the crowd. It's one of those moments where you feel secondhand embarrassment, watching someone desperate for attention while the audience silently screams, "Please stop!" Not exactly the heroic troop moment anyone expected. Next stop, Morocco. Meghan's pushing through crowds to meet the king, elbows out like she owns the palace. Protocol? She doesn't seem to know it exists. And then, for no reason, she starts sprinting, almost face-planting in those fancy clothes. A risky combination of ambition and bad timing. She even manages a deep squat without toppling over, which is impressive athleticism, but cringe-level awkward for the setting. You can feel the tension from everyone around, silently judging, while she's on her mission to steal the spotlight. It's chaotic, ungraceful, and unforgettable. Finally, the big one. Charles's 50th anniversary. Harry and Meghan were told to hang back. Senior members only. But do they listen? Nope. Inch by inch, they creep forward, ignoring instructions, acting like the rules don't apply. The tension is visible, and the rest of the room is left pretending they don't exist. It's a perfect example of royal protocol clashing with Meghan's rules don't apply to me energy. And it makes for one of the most awkward public displays imaginable.
Of the lovely couple at a Red Sox game, fresh off a fight, and it shows. You can see Harry yelling earlier, and now he's in full ignore mode. Slow mode. This next awkward moment, it says everything. No words needed, just pure tension and fake smiles. Thank you, that's really why we're here. Yep, this is what they ditched the memorial for, folks.
Fast forward to the Red Sox game, and the tension between Meghan and Harry is palpable. Harry's clearly frustrated, moving through the motions with a silent glare, while Meghan tries to keep the energy light. Fake smiles, stiff body language, and awkward pauses make the discord obvious to anyone watching. You can practically feel the underlying argument echoing through every interaction. It's subtle, but the vibe says it all. At Montecito and Monaco, the awkwardness escalates on the red carpet. Meghan repeatedly shoves in front of Harry, treating the walkway like her personal runway. Harry's response? Master-level cold shoulder. Every ignore, every stiff step behind her, screams silent frustration. The contrast between her forward energy and his withdrawal is almost theatrical. A tense dance of ego, protocol, and public scrutiny playing out in real time. And the public? Well, the so-called adoring fans are barely there, just a handful of onlookers. The sparse crowd makes Meghan's attention-seeking behavior even more glaring. Those awkward interactions with 5 scattered supporters only amplify the cringe factor, leaving you wondering how someone could crave the spotlight when the audience barely exists.
Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. It's a lot of pinch me moments right now. And at the same time, I think because I'm so busy, with so many different things. And for each of those projects, as you mentioned, the show or the podcast or the brand,
Meghan's podcast appearances are another goldmine of awkwardness. She talks about marriage, pets, and her endless personal projects. But it's the obsessive little details that really stand out. From fussing over handwriting, yes, handwriting every single line in pencil, before writing anything permanent, to showing off fancy food setups, every gesture screams, "Look at me." Even small things like her elaborate breakfast preparations or flour-sprinkled jars feel like performance art. You can't help but notice the energy she pours into controlling every tiny moment, turning mundane tasks into a spectacle. It's charming to some, cringeworthy to others, and totally impossible to ignore.
She's supposedly 9 months pregnant in the hospital room, dancing with a big belly. Harry's there too. She's kind of twerking. She's gonna twerk. Here comes Harry. She spreads her legs. She hikes her dress. She circles her genitals.
for kids that's fun, so many good songs. And I've become that mom where I'm like sitting around with friends and
And then there's the infamous hospital room moment. Allegedly 9 months pregnant, Meghan's dancing, twerking, and exaggerating every motion, spreading her legs and hiking her dress in ways that make viewers squirm. Harry's there, a mix of amusement and embarrassment, while the scene plays out like an awkward performance caught on camera. It's one of those moments that's equal parts, how did this happen, and you can't look away. The exaggerated energy, combined with the setting, makes it undeniably uncomfortable, yet oddly captivating.
I'm with friends and I start singing like, Tyrannosaurus, that's the chorus, Tyrannosaurus. I was like, what am I singing? Oh my gosh, I'm singing Storybox.
Finally, Meghan, with friends, belts out songs from Storybox, sometimes dancing or mimicking choreography. Loud, over the top, and awkward, these little home performances are cringe-packed yet entertaining. You get the sense she's lost in her own world. For viewers, it's equal parts charming and painfully awkward. From royal protocol breaches to cringe-worthy public displays, Meghan Markle has a knack for awkwardness that keeps cameras and audiences captivated. Love her or cringe at her, these moments cement her as one of the most talked about figures in modern royalty. So, what's your take? Hit like, share, and subscribe for more.